Hi, my name is Ron Means. This is Manuel Miller. We work together. I guess you could say we work together. When I work, he works more than I do. But anyway, I'd like to talk today about the white man's ice. It's colder. Black people, in general, if a white man says it, it's gospel. If a black man says it, it's questionable. And that fact is proven almost every day. I mean, in regular conversations or whatever, you take for gospel what the white man says and you question the black man. And that in itself is the epitome of the white man's ice is colder than the black man. You got people that like working for black people. They like working. We all want to work and make money. But if I tell them to do something, they question me. I've got to go to the 9th degree to explain why. But a white man, if they work for him, they say, yes, sir, and they go do it. Now, in that realm of thought, today, I'd like to talk about justice. I have a website that I created, and I haven't done anything with it yet, and I created it almost 7 years ago. It's called Deliberate Injustice. And you can say it several ways. Deliberate injustice. I created this website when I was on a grand jury, and I saw how messed up the grand jury system was, because they're deciding on the fate of whether or not a case goes to trial based on some prosecutor's opinion and the way that they present that opinion in such a way that whether or not you trust the prosecutor, that would determine whether or not you believed the prosecutor, and then whether or not you believe this person is guilty. If they believe that person was guilty of the alleged crime, then you would say, charge them, indict them. And, you know, on its face, that's a really quick way to get indictments. But what about when they lie? When they make up stories and Photoshop stuff, and then you find out later on that it was a lie. Nobody wants to fix it because you black and they're white. And that's why, that's a prime example of the white man's ice being colder. Now here in Travis County, Texas, Austin is the county seat. Maybe about 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, I don't remember what month this happened, but I'm gonna guess that it happened somewhere like in April or May. So maybe about 5 months, 3 years and 7 months ago. Our district attorney got arrested for DWI, and she committed some felonious acts. The DWI was not a felony because it was her first that she'd ever been caught with. She probably was guilty of it many, many times over. I don't know. I never stopped. I used to be a cop. But she tried some official oppression, which is a felony. You cannot threaten a peace officer with consequences for doing their job. And that's what happened with her. And she wound up getting off and kept her job. Didn't get recused or anything. Continued to be the district attorney. She's still a district attorney right now. She didn't run again. And her term ends January the 2nd, I think. The new people take over. But it's just the idea that you could try to threaten a peace officer with harm and losing their job and spitting on them and biting them and acting a damn fool and have it on tape. And nothing happens to you. Nothing. She kept her job. She kept her job. She kept her job the whole time, and then tried to indict did indict the sitting governor because he wanted to withhold funds from the county for this organized, public integrity unit or whatever. It's a joke. So it's like, really? So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, well, she's a nice lady. I happen to know her personally. Well, that's very unfortunate, but she's lucky. Now, we have a sitting, just re-elected state representative who's been in our office for 22 years, has done wonderful things for the community, as far as I'm concerned, and everything, and they trying to railroad her out of office on some flimsy evidence, so-called gathered by the Texas Rangers, but everybody I talked to at the Texas Rangers doesn't know anything about it. So this is by some newspaper reporter guy. And so she's like in a quandary. Now she's black. Well, she's about my color. I'm black too, by the way. I just happen to joke and tell people I'm beige. Because it's funny, it's about color. Okay? But I'm just being honest. But you know, it's just the idea that you got a white person that is on film committing felonies, and they keep their job. They keep their job. They continue to be in control. But you got a black person who's not on film, who has had their documents forged probably and all kinds of stuff, and you trying to scare them out of office so you can put some Uncle Tom person probably in the office to take her place. This girl is not no Uncle Tom. It's just, and that is an instance of the white man's eyes being cold. And nobody's up in arms over it. I don't understand. That we should all be up in arms over this. This girl, what was the percentage of votes? Say that Donna Dukes got? Was it 70-something%?
Mm-hmm.
She got 70-something% of the electorate. She had 2 opponents in the primary. She had 1 opponent in the general. And she beat the hell out of all of them. And this is with this lie out there. Like, wow.
So who told the lie?
Well, the
journalism?
Yeah, I think that the newspaper reporter told a lie. I think he didn't investigate. You know how they do? They kind of investigate. Well, we're witness to this from the presidential election.
Yep.
What they do is they investigate from a point of view. And when they get something that doesn't fit, they just push it aside. And they just stay focused on that point of view. It doesn't matter what the truth is. It's that point of view becomes the truth. And then they write it in the newspaper, and then the minions, that's us. We're the minions. We don't know. We just take for granted that it's in the newspaper. Must be true. They wouldn't print a lie.
Yes, they would.
They wouldn't print a lie, would they? And would they report a lie? Would they get sued? People don't understand. You just can't sue people. I've had people lie on me. I just can't sue them. I'm just wasting my money. What am I gonna win? Chances are they ain't got nothing. I'm gonna sue them and they ain't got nothing. So I've just spent $200,000 suing somebody to not collect a penny. Why would I waste my time doing that?
So you let the lie be a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. How can you reboot a lie? You can't. You can't. Not always. You know. Now, if you're a famous person and you're making lots of money, I don't know.
But for the average person?
Average person can't do it. You just have to just let it wash off and keep going.
So you're thinking if Donna Dukes was white, it would be
they
a different spin.
They wouldn't even be messing with Donna Dukes.
It'd be a different spin.
Of course. They wouldn't even be messing with Donna Dukes if she was white.
Our district attorney was black,
she would have got fired. They would have pressured her to get out.
So the white man's ice is colder.
Of course it is. You know it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. This is kind of funny. I have a lot of cars that I buy and sell or make cabs or whatever. I took a car that I wasn't going to make a cab, and I took it and tried to sell it at CarMax. So I sent 2 different people. I sent a white guy and I sent a black guy with the same car to CarMax. I sent the white guy to take the car to the CarMax in Houston. I sent the black guy to take to the CarMax up in Round Rock, Pflugerville. I got big time different prices. The white guy, the bid was like $10,000. It was $6,500 in Pflugerville for the black guy. Same car.
Why such a difference?
Because in Austin they prejudice more black people in Houston. And it's in Houston.
What's the population percentage of blacks in Austin now? 8%.
I don't know. I don't know how many of y'all it is up in Austin. I'm so funny. I can't stand it sometimes. I don't know. It's
but Ron, I hate to play the race card, but we were always discriminated against.
Yeah, but
we always had
by our own people though.
Well,
because the guy that was looking at the car up there in Round Rock wasn't white.
He was black.
He was black. The guy looking at the car was black.
So what you're saying, even among our own race, we're being
marginalized. Yeah.
Just like on most jobs, you can have two people for the same job, one black and one white. The black person has to be 3 times more qualified than the white person.
I don't think that's true.
A lot of times.
I think it depends on who's hiring. See, like maybe at Wells Fargo Bank around here, they got these Mexicans and black people working there, and when you go in to get a loan, I think if I was Spanish, I could get the loan. But if I'm black, they're going to see what kind of skid marks I got in my underwear.
That's just human nature. Birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah, but the black people that are the thing, they're worried about protecting their job.
And what about you saying that the Latinos?
They're not worried about protecting their job. Because they think they white. The only time
that's another issue.
Only time they don't think they white is on Cinco de Mayo.
Boy, you crazy. Don't y'all mind him.
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah, but I have to say this, some of those stuff is kind of far out, but it is true.
Yeah.
You're going to speak your mind about any situation. When I was a kid, my father was a Methodist minister, and we lived in a little town called Huntsville, Texas. And I remember I was in the 1st grade, and I was chased home every day after school by 3 white boys on a bicycle. And they would run me, they thought it was funny. Until one day my daddy met him with a 410 shotgun. And I never seen my daddy we've had crosses burned on our front lawn by the KKK. Now what they did, the Methodist Church did, they always put the parsonage in between the black neighborhood and the white neighborhood.
Right.
And but I've seen them vandalize the church for no reason at all. I've seen it that
but those are Democrats.
Most of the KKK is Democrats, and most of our people don't understand that.
That's because they don't really know what the KKK is. They just know what they've been told.
That's a strong arm of the Democratic Party. The Bible says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge." That's a lack of knowledge. We just don't know. We don't want to know. They don't use a common sense anymore. They just believe what they're told and don't research it.
Yeah.
But when most of our people don't even graduate from the 8th grade,
You think most of our people don't graduate from 8th grade?
A lot of. When I was growing up.
Well, I know Joe Hill didn't get very far past the 8th grade because he can't count.
No, I put it like this. When I was growing up in the 60s and the 70s, you had 90% that did and 10% that were the thugs. Now it's almost 50-50. Everything produces after its own kind. Ladies produce ladies, gentlemen produce gentlemen, thugs produce thugs, and hoes produce hoes. That's just the law of nature. And to me, Martin Luther King died in vain because we're going backwards. We're not going forward. And the Democrats keep playing this race card ever since I was 9 years old. And we still aren't well caught. If you put a D besides Daffy Duck's name and put him on a Democratic ticket, that we will vote. Yeah, we will vote for him. They wouldn't look at the principles or what they stood for. It's like the Democrats keep putting up in this book the same thing. We're gonna play the race card. Didn't they not play it again this year?
Yeah.
And they put lies out on everybody.
Yeah.
So therefore, the qualified people that are really qualified for the job don't even run anymore because they don't want to be slandered. So therefore, it's not for the people and by the people anymore.
And you know what really upsets me is like they got this Democratic Party here in Travis County, but it's like a little club. If you don't belong to the club, you can say you're a Democrat. Bruce, you say you're a Democrat. I used to be a Democrat. Okay? I'm a registered Republican. I voted Republican this year, straight 100%. And I've never voted straight ticket Republican in my life. I voted for George Bush because I met him. But, you go out and vote straight Democrat like you did, Bruce. You go out and do that, and you don't even know who you're voting for. You're voting against your own self-interest. They're not looking out for you.
I vote split ticket.
Sure you did.
No, well, you can go back and say it's no longer for the people and by the people. It's for the politicians, by the politicians, and special interests.
And they're going to set up, now I'll give you for instance, let's say Donna Dukes steps down. Let's say, and I'm going to encourage Donna Dukes to fight. Because I'm going to give you for instance, I had a friend, his name was James Norwood, James Irvin Norwood. And he died in 1995, 96. When did they come out with the Corvette, the new Corvette? 97? So he died in 1996. Okay. Because I just bought a new 97 Corvette. That's why I remember. So it's the year before.
That orange one?
No, that white one.
Okay.
The one that Ike Clark wound up buying from
Okay.
the used car dealer. He found out it was mine, he traded in because we wasn't friends. We wasn't talking at the time.
That's another story.
I know, that's a whole nother story. But I like Ike. I had nothing but love for Ike. The thing is, what was I talking about? I'm getting old. I'm 63 years old. I'm almost 64.
Yeah, you ancient now. We're going to put you out the pasture.
Wait a minute. But I'm 2 days older than you?
I ain't too far behind you.
Okay. Let me see. What was I talking about?
Back about the Corvette, about that guy that Dukes.
No. James Norwood.
There we go.
So James Norwood was a cab driver, and his nickname was Putt, P-U-T-T. And we were good friends. And we were at the airport one day, and they had this cop out there at the old airport named Rambo. We called him Rambo. I don't know what his name was, but he was kind of, something. He was different. He was like law and order, and we're going to just arrest them all and count them up later and all this kind of stuff. And so Norwood was walking up, and like cab drivers, we had a habit of walking up and going inside to use the restroom because there wasn't no restroom or nothing back there, and no place to get coffee, eat, nothing. And this is the old airport off of Main Road, Persian Drive. And so Norwood walks up, and Rambo has wrestled some guy to the ground on the sidewalk, and he's beating the guy. He's beating the guy with his billy club. Okay? So Norwood grabs the cop's arm and says, "You don't have to beat him like that. You got him subdued."
Mm-hmm.
And he stops it. So they arrest Norwood and say he assaulted a police officer because he interfered. Okay? So Norwood goes down there, he goes and gets arrested and all this other stuff. We bail him out, and comes time to plead. And the district attorney guy tells him Ronnie Earl was the DA, but he wasn't the guy. It's some other guy working for him. He tells him he can plead no contest, get a fine, and that's it. But Norwood wants to get back to work. This is a mistake most black people make. Norwood says, okay. Comes back to work. About a year later, Norwood gets pulled over for speed. The cop got the little computer in the car.
Mm-hmm.
It comes up, assaulting of a police officer. They beat Norwood again. He goes to jail again. Oh, you like beating police officers. He starts trying to explain to the cop, and they beat him. He goes to jail again. And it's like, it's a cycle. You can't break the cycle because you're afraid, and you know you're gonna probably lose because the system is, and it's this deliberate injustice. And so it's, this is where I'm talking about deliberating injustice when you're on the grand jury, but a lot of the injustice is deliberate. They do it on purpose. It's not right, man. It's just not right You plead guilty to something or no contest to something you really didn't do because it's more expedient, and then you wind up catching hell because they're not reading the fine print. They just put on that little thing, sergeant, police officer, blah blah blah. Watch him. Guy comes to the car with his hand on his gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So would you say that's what happens to a lot of our blacks that have been murdered by police officers?
Yeah, probably. They probably already have the record. They run the plates. They already know. But I don't know about murdered by police officers. I mean, I used to be a cop.
I know that.
I
know that.
I
Yeah.
never murdered nobody, to my knowledge. But, at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. Do you know how to respect the law?
But that's another.
Do you know how to say yes, sir, and no, sir,
No,
and let them go
we-
on about their way and don't provoke them?
No, we do not. I taught my boys. I have a son that's 6'3", about 280, and I told him, you are automatic a threat to a police officer because of your size. So therefore, you better learn how to say yes, sir, no, sir. If he tells you to get on the ground, get on the ground, so you can live to see another day.
Yeah.
Because the first time you raise your arm, which he might think you're going to hit him, he's been taught to shoot until there's no more threat.
Exactly.
So therefore, I know in a lot of societies, a lot of cultures, like in Houston and Chicago, they're taught if you do what the police say to do, you're being punked by the police.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's a cultural deal.
The peer pressure.
Yes, but the thing I'm trying to figure out, how can we solve this? Can we resolve this? Or what's the answer to all this? Is it education? Or we'll never be able to get past this? Like if I get pulled over, I better put my hands on the steering wheel, say yes sir, no sir. Because as Richard Pryor said, I don't want to be no accident.
Yeah.
While I've seen it myself, he'll be having a conversation with a white person like this is a next door neighbor. Why I don't get the same treatment.
Yeah.
So we'll call it off.
Well, did that ever stop you? When I was writing tickets up there on MLK and Main Road?
No, because I knew to do the speed limit. They would put it out. When you go over there off of Persian, Ron Means is giving out tickets to all Roy's cab drivers.
I wasn't stopping Roy's cab drivers. I was stopping everybody.
Well, as we got it, you was only doing Roy.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And I never wrote a cab driver a ticket. I let somebody else do it. Because I was a sergeant.
So you were part of the system.
Yes.
Why were you? Because you want to keep your job?
No. I wanted to make sure that people slowed down. There was a school right up there off of LL Campbell. We don't want people speeding through there.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen with our district attorney, Ms. Dukes?
Well, district attorney got new re-election. We got another district attorney, Margaret Moore. I think she used to be a county commissioner. And I don't know what's going to happen with Miss Dukes. I don't know. If I was her, I'm not her. If I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not taking a plea. I would go take my oath of office because I was duly elected by over 70% of the county, and I would take a swear in. That's what I would do. But I wasn't in a car wreck in 2013 where I had spinal cord injuries and I'm all hopped up on a bunch of pain pills and I'm sick. So that didn't happen to me. It happened to her. So, I don't know what her prognosis is. I don't know what her health records look like. I don't know if she could do it. Because she's missed a few votes and stuff, in the chamber when they vote. Because she's sick. So I don't know what to tell her to do. But I tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't step down based on a promise, and I don't have a promise from the district attorney that this is going to clear my good name, because my name is all I got. All I got is my name. I don't have nothing but my name. And, I just wouldn't step down. I wouldn't. That's me. So what examples you got about the white man's ice being cold? That was my example. What's yours?
Life.
Well, tell us about your life.
Well, my father was a Methodist minister. That's why I was in Huntsville, Texas.
You wasn't in prison then?
No.
Okay.
No. That's not my style. That's not my style.
Well, you know it's a big prison there.
Oh yeah.
We got the death chamber there.
You know, and in my heart, I feel sorry for them because they're missing out on a lot of great people in their lives. Just because my skin is darker than theirs, they choose to hate me for no reason at all.
But maybe they got a reason.
In their mind.
No. There's a lot of crazy black people out there and a lot of crazy other people out there. You know, they may have a legitimate reason.
Based on their past experience?
Based on experience. You may have a legitimate reason to quote unquote hate somebody. I know some black people I can't stand. Okay? And what am I? Am I racist because I don't like black people? I'm black.
You can't be racist if you're black.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Right.
So it might not be based on race, and everyone's assuming it's based on race because some crazy person said it's racist. But maybe it ain't based on race. Maybe it's.
So do you think Donald Trump is racist?
I know Donald Trump's not racist.
But they said he was racist.
Well, so what? That's the press. The press said a lot of things.
So what you're saying is the press lies to the people on purpose.
Of course. The press had, look. I went to Houston Tillotson College. I took a journalism class. I was on the paper. I was in the yearbook staff. When I got out, I wanted to start my own paper. I didn't do it because it cost too much. The cost of paper and all this is before the internet. Now with the internet, sky's the limit. But now you got to advertise and do this, that, and the other. But this news media stuff that we have here in America, they all went to school where the liberal teachers taught them what they know. And this is how they're thinking. It's kind of like a cycle. And now you got just this big group of people that think a certain way. So they're looking at whatever. They see me and you sitting up here talking. One of them might say they're friends. And the other one might report, I didn't like the way that black dude was looking at that white dude. Okay, because I ain't white. You look more white than me, Bruce. But
You're both ugly.
You know, thank you. But I know I'm glad ugly called us ugly. Okay, thank you. Thank you. You don't look nothing like me, so you definitely are ugly. Okay. But at the end of the day, someone is gonna
they see it different.
See it differently because of their opinion, the way they were brought up, and how they think, and everything else. But the thing is, almost all these people that are on these news media teams, they got that way because whoever they're working for wants them to think that way. That's how they're getting paid.
Exactly.
That's how they're getting paid. And they gaining favor with these other people that's running. They think that this is the way to power.
In their minds, that's the way.
Well, no, they're right. It is the way to power. I mean, if I'm a curry favor with Bruce, because Bruce is the guy operating the camera, he can edit this any way he wants to.
So you're going to cater to what he wants and what he thinks.
Well, I'm going to try to make him happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And by reporting this, and this, that would make him happy, you're going to report this, and this to make him happy.
It may seem that way, but I'm not. I can give a damn about what Bruce thinks, okay, personally.
But you are one of the few that, one thing I like about you, Ron, you're not going to sugarcoat it. You're going to give your opinion, and you really don't care who's listening.
That's true. I don't.
Because you have never been, I'm going to kiss this person's butt. I'm going to brown nose them. Now, that's what I like about you. If I come in here and I tell you something, you're not going to tell me what I want to hear. You're going to tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And if it hurts my feelings just got hurt.
Get over it.
Yep. But America is in a bad way right now.
Well, we're in a bad way because people want to believe bullshit.
Well, why do they believe? Because they've been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Propaganda.
Yeah. Propaganda.
Everybody's pushing their own agenda.
Yeah.
It's all about power and money.
Yeah.
Because what gets me, our president, God bless him, he can't even run for office no more, and he's out doing fundraisers. like I say, it's for the people, by the people, not anymore. For the politicians, by the politicians, and special interest groups. Better known, they get a bribe.
But he's out doing fundraisers because he's worried about what's he gonna do next. See,
He's trying to be like, here, look at here.
if that woman had won, he wouldn't be doing that because she would have something fun because he looked after her.
Mm-hmm.
But you know.
So what do you think about all those crimes that Senator or Secretary of State Clinton committed? What do you think he's going to pardon her?
Well, let me tell you what.
Since we're on that subject,
I would tell you I'm not going to do nothing. I would tell you it's not important. I would tell you that's not even on my radar. We got all these other problems. But let me tell you something. That's what I would tell you. But the only reason I would tell you that story, it's like working undercover. I have to tell you that story to put you at ease and make you feel like you don't have to pardon her. Because it's not on my radar. And if you don't pardon her, then I can prosecute her.
mm-hmm.
But if you pardon her, I can't.
Exactly, that's the law.
So, I mean, if I'm Sessions, who's going to be the Attorney General, or whoever it is going to be, Donald Trump legally cannot tell Sessions to prosecute Hillary Clinton. That's not the way it's written up. He can't get involved. So he can say, it's not on my radar. But legally, the president can't tell him what to do. All he can do is tell him what his agenda is and then let him. It's like giving the kid, teaching the kid how to ride a bicycle, but you don't tell him where he can ride his bicycle. You just tell him, stay away from the railroad tracks, don't go on the highways, stay off the major streets, you can ride your bicycle here, but I can't really tell you to go down 5th Street and not 6th Street. So in that line of thinking, I believe that it's a rope-a-dope. I'm not going to do anything, and we're not going to even talk about it no more, because everybody's talking about she needs to be pardoned, and Clinton, what's his name? Obama hadn't done it yet, and I think Obama's stupid anyway. I really do. I'm sorry. I just think he's stupid. I gave him money, okay? I supported him twice, and I'm really ashamed of that. I'm really more ashamed of that than anything I've ever done, because he is a dud, okay? He's a dud. Dud.
Touche.
We voted for someone who looked like he was black, okay?
He's also half white.
Okay, but that's okay. I'm probably a third white.
But he didn't do nothing for
And
nobody.
looking at Bruce, he's like 100% white, but he says he's a Negro. I don't know. But it's not about if you black or if you white. It's about your experiences in life. I've seen riots. I've had tear gas lobbed at me when I was in college and high school. I've had all kinds of stuff happen to me. How many of those things have happened to Mr. Obama?
None.
Okay? How many police dogs have been sicked on him? How many times did white girls lock their doors while you walking by bouncing a bicycle? Okay? I mean, bouncing a basketball, going to play at Gregory Gym, and they locking their doors like, oh, black guy, oh, he's gonna try to rape us. Okay? I mean, I've lived through that. And I know what it's like to be a Negro. Okay? I ain't no African American. I always say that, and I mean it. I'm not. I ain't never been to Africa. Don't plan to go. Working around lots of them though. And you know, it just kills me that we got a president who we think is on our side. But he not on your side. Yeah, you gonna let Jay-Z and Beyonce and
Come to the White
all
House.
them other people come up and hang around. But can your black ass go up there? Hey, I'm from Huntsville, Texas. I'm a brother. Let me in. Man, the Secret Service will take you down so fast you won't know what your last name is anymore. Okay? That's messed up. But the only reason you voted for him was because you thought he was a brother. You thought he understood. I'm going to tell you about somebody else that me and you know. I ain't going to call his name. Ain't been but one black mayor of Dallas that I know of. Okay? Ain't going to call his name. But when he won, all these people were happy. Oh, we got somebody in the mayor's office now. He gonna listen to us. The door's gonna always be open. Guess what? Door wasn't open. Door wasn't open if you didn't have no money. Door wasn't open if you couldn't help push his agenda. Door's not open. You can be proud and say you. I could say this, but I'm not going to say it because it's not true. I'm not proud that I played in the sandbox with this brother. I'm not proud I grew up with this brother. I'm not proud I went to elementary, junior high, and high school with this brother. I ain't got nothing to be proud about because he's not like a brother. He's not like any brother I know. Okay? He's a brother, true enough. True enough, he's a brother. He's done all the things that brothers do. But if you can't look at the plight of the people that elected you, and they're happy, yeah, and you can't feel their pain, like Bill Clinton said, I feel your pain. I like Bill Clinton, but Bill Clinton white. I don't care who say he's black. He's not black. Okay? And he say he feel my pain. But I don't believe he ever been told to go pee in the ground instead of being able to go and pee in the bathroom because he's colored. I don't believe Bill Clinton's ever been denied admittance into Smitty's barbecue in the front door. That you got to go in the back door to get him, to give them money. I don't believe none of that's ever happened to Bill Clinton. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say Bill Clinton's a brother, because he's not. He's not, okay? But I've had that happen to me. When I was a cop, I remember when I was a cop, I tried to arrest this guy, and I had to get a white deputy to come take the guy, because I wasn't allowed to arrest a white man. And this is in 1973, okay? 1973. I ain't talking about 1963. I'm talking about 1973. Okay, so it's a lot of injustice. And it's deliberate. We're back to it. It's deliberate injustice. This is a lot of different ways to look at injustice. Okay? Donna Dukes and the newspaper reporter guy and the people at the Texas Rangers who probably didn't investigate nothing. I don't know. Don't nobody know nothing. That's deliberate. They're trying to steal her seat so that there's somebody who they can control that looks black can get in there. I don't know who's running, but I guarantee you they're going to find some Uncle Tommy person to run and try to push into that seat for the Democratic Party. Bet money on it. Because most people who voted for Donna Dukes, they didn't really vote for Donna Dukes. They voted because she's a Democrat. Most black people don't know one Democrat from the... You could put a Ku Klux Klansman and get him to run as a Democrat, and if nobody know it, he getting in Travis County.
Yes, sir.
He getting in.
Mm-hmm.
And he could sit up there and swear up and down, I love black people. Okay? And he gonna get in. So that's kind of messed up.
That's life though, Ron.
That's messed up. No, we got to change that. We got to change that.
So
that's
how we gonna change it?
I don't know.
Do we need to put more real blacks in the office to change it?
We got to make sure they real. We got to make sure they real first. How do we make sure that a brother is real? I don't want to be no politician. I don't trust him. You want to run?
No, sir.
Why not? You real?
I'm real, but they're not ready for realness. That they don't want to hear the truth. My agenda is probably different than theirs.
Yeah.
It'll be to help the people, not to pat my pocketbook.
Yeah. But you know, it costs so much money to run.
That's
you probably need about $500,000.
Can you loan it to me?
You ain't got no money.
Well, we're in trouble then.
I'm a Negro. I just told you I'm a Negro.
Well, how can I run if I ain't got to have...
Well, we have to go make up a GoFundMe page.
Oh.
We have to make a GoFundMe page. That's an idea.
Then do I have to reward the people that gave the most money?
No.
Okay. I can do that then.
I mean, Donald Trump said, I don't even want no donations, but you had people out there trying to solicit donations. But they were soliciting donations and then spending the money on ads and all this other kind of stuff. But Hillary Clinton spent over $500 million. And I think they said that Trump spent $66 million.
Trump was very smart. He had free advertising.
Well,
You got to give it to Donald Trump. He's a businessman.
he's smart.
Just like I don't like Jerry Jones, but he's a great businessman.
Man, Jerry Jones rear-ended me one time. I'm in a cab, okay? I tell you where it was. It was on the East Avenue in Cesar Chavez. He just barely bumped me. He really didn't hit me hard. It was like, I got out the car and I said, it's all right. You want to see my insurance? You want to see? I said, no, I don't want to see nothing. We good. And then I got back in the car and he said, you know who I am? I'm Jerry Jones. I said, yeah, I know you are. Well, here's my card. I said, I don't need your card. We good. I'm not hurt. My car don't have no damage.
Right.
Don't worry about it.
So is the white man's ice colder? Are we making it colder?
Yeah, I think we help make the white man's ice cold because we don't want to believe black people.
That is a very true statement. They will believe.
But we want to blame the white man. See, that's the problem.
We've been blaming the white man ever since slavery.
Shit, but probably before slavery.
Because we always have to have somebody to blame for our shortcomings instead of looking within in ourselves.
Yeah.
That's the problem right there. I mean, when I was growing up, almost all the black men did some kind of job. Now everybody wants to be on
welfare.
Yeah, or a dope dealer.
I don't remember anybody having single parents. When I was growing up, everybody was married.
Mm-hmm.
Black people didn't believe in divorce, and everybody went to church.
You can say that again. He made it with party on Saturday night, but he was in church on Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe it's a spiritual deal.
Probably wearing the same clothes.
It may be a
Come in there looking like Superfly.
So, okay, Ron. I'm about ready to go now. What about you?
Yeah. No, you gonna give me a ride.
Okay.
What you doing today?
Working.
Hey, you ain't working.
I know I don't work. I'm driving around. Today is Saturday. I may go Christmas shopping.
Oh, what you gonna buy me? Don't say nothing stupid now. Jack up your terminal fee.
We'll think of something. For a man that has everything.
I don't have anything. That's your perception. Here we go talking about perceptions again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You both in the campus. What's the latest on the
Uber?
Yeah, ride sharing.
I don't know about Uber. It doesn't matter. The city has mucked up the cab business so bad. You know, my biggest beef with the city is not the city council, because those people are novices. They really don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing, so you can kind of forgive them because they're amateurs. But these people that work in the transportation department, people like Mr. Spiller, he's not an amateur. He knows what he's doing. He's messing it up. They gave out over 400 permits to a company that has never been in business before. Ever. And they all from somewhere else. Ain't none of them from here. I don't know how many of them are Americans now. I don't know how many of them pledged allegiance to our flag, but they've given them over 400 permits, and I believe Lone Star is about to go out of business because of it. I know Yellow's lost about half of their fleet, and we've lost a considerable number to these guys who's going over there to do that. And I'm not mad at them for doing that, because I was a cab driver too, and I understand that you believe the propaganda and the hype and the lie. You want to believe a lie that looks so good it must be true. But I'm just scared for the first time they have a big accident, is it going to bankrupt those drivers? Because they're all own part of the company. And I'll give you for instance, if a driver has $1 million accident and they only have $300,000 worth of insurance, where the other $700,000 going to come from? It's got to come from the owners of the cab company. Well, there's 400 owners to the cab company. Do those guys realize they got to pay that? And that's
No.
just one accident. They don't realize they being screwed. They could have got $1 million worth of insurance, but they went for the bare minimum, and you can't tell them nothing because they believe the propaganda. So maybe in this case, the African ice might be a little colder than the black man's ice too. So maybe it ain't the white man's ice. Maybe it's everybody else's ice is colder
Then the black
than
man.
a Negro's ice.
Right.
And a Negro has to use a bathroom on the side of the road in 1965, 1966, because he can't go where white only. But over here in America now, we got people coming over here from Pakistan and India and Syria and Afghanistan and Iraq and Yemen and Libya and Egypt and every Sudan and Ethiopia and everywhere else. And these white people falling over backwards for them. Because they think they're helping black people. See, this is the thing that really bothers me more than any of this other stuff we talk about. They think they're helping black people because they look black. But they're not black. And they don't have no association with black people. They think they better than us.
Oh, you can say that again.
Okay? They think they better than us. And maybe some of us, they might be better than us. But, you know, it's just like, how do you fight that?
You don't.
I guess we need to learn how to say ooga booga.
I don't think that'll help the problem.
I don't know.
Woe is the black man or Negro.
Negro.
We're in another situation. In fact, we're still in slavery.
Yeah. But whose fault is it?
Ours.
Thank you.
Because we allow them to do it to us.
Yes.
And continually to do it to us.
Preach.
We still ain't learned.
Hallelujah.
You know, we thought that a black savior would rescue the black man. He did some good stuff, but most of the stuff, it didn't affect me.
Sure didn't.
Like, it was kind of funny, all the people talking about if Donald Trump is elected, they're going to move to another country.
Bye.
Well, you know what?
Bye.
He got elected and I still can't go nowhere because I ain't got the money to move to another country.
I wouldn't want to move to another country. I'm looking forward to seeing those people move. Where they going? I had a guy who was waiting.
India?
Hey, look here, man. I had this guy that was waiting on me. It's a true story. And I can tell you about when it was. It was back in March of this year. It was right before the primary elections. And I'm going to tell you who's with me. I had Gary Cobb. He was running for district attorney and he lost. And I had Brad Urrutia. U-R-U-T-I-A.
I know you're talking about, yeah.
Okay. And my phone pronounced his name Urusha. And I think about that chick on Star Trek when I hear that.
Aurora.
Yeah, I think about her. But we were up there sitting at Table M in the UT Stadium Club, and this black dude that I had befriended, who was a waiter there, his name was Chris Scales. And I really did like Chris. He was like an ex-Air Force airman and went to UT and got his degree and everything, and he's working, on the side, working hard and doing all he can to be all he wants to be. And is that the Marines?
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. All these jingles and stuff. And he's waiting on us, and because I'm visually impaired and really couldn't see, I just sit down and instead of going to the line where you get the buffet and stuff, I just order me a hamburger, a cheeseburger, and some green beans and snap peas and stuff like that. And so I said, man, get me, you know what I want. And so he says, well, something, and we were talking about the election. I said, this is Gary Cobb. He's running for district attorney, and this guy's running for some judgeship for county court of law or district judge or something. I don't remember what he's running for, but I gave both of them money, and I'm sorry I gave Gary that money because it was a waste of my money. But at any rate, I tried to introduce him to Chris, and Chris said, well, that's all good and well. If y'all run as Democrats, I'm going to vote for you, but I'm going to tell you something. If Donald Trump wins, I'm going to move to Canada. And I said this straight up right there, and I said, well, you better pack your bags because he's going to win. I said, but before you go pack your bags, can you make sure you go get my food? Make it to me.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's go. God bless America.
Amen.